What is going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be digging into the coaster list and going over my thoughts on what I think will make it over into Planet Coaster 2. Now, I do think a majority of the coasters we have will make it over. However, I believe we will get a far lower individual count than in Planet Coaster 1, which hopefully will make more sense by the end of this video. So starting off with our two boomerang coasters, I do think both of them will make it into the game. However, I think they'll be merged together to where we can just swap out the different train cars. The Looney Turns, I definitely think will come back. The Dive Coaster, we've already have that confirmed. Now, the Floorless Coaster, I do not think will be making a return. I just don't think it's popular enough to, and I don't see it used frequently enough. The Stingray, I think, will make a return. However, because we can now customize the coaster cars, I think we'll have a lot more of a vanilla theming to the cars, and I think we'll see that a lot with a lot of these cars coming up. The Pioneer, this little free swing guy, I do not think will return. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hardly ever use this, and I really don't see too many others using it online as well. The Inverted Boomerang, I do think will return. I mean, it's obvious. The 2 Gigas definitely will be returning. I mean, they're just too classic not to. Now, these three, the hybrid wooden coasters, I think will be merged together into one to where we can just swap out the train cars. And I know a lot of people are thinking Steel Vengeance won't be in for IP reasons. And while it may not itself be in, I do think we'll get a train car that's somewhat themed like it, or at least a stripped down car that we can turn into a similar looking style. The Hyper Coaster, I do think will make it back. The Equalizer, I think, again, we'll see a version of it, or we may not see it at all. Impulse Viper 1, I do think, again, we'll be making it back. Again, with this guy, I think these might be combined into one type, but we'll just have to see. The Rival, or just your traditional inverted coaster, I definitely will be making it back. I mean, you can't. Now, these two kiddie coasters, I think will make it back. However, I do not think either one of them will have like their character theming to them. I think we'll get a much more stripped down version that we can customize ourselves, and maybe instead of drive tire lifts, we may see an introduction into more magnetic launches for those two. The Copperhead Strike Coaster. Now, I don't think Copperhead Strike itself will get back in, but I think we'll definitely get a similar coaster with these cars coming back. Now, these three right here, I think will, but will not be in the game. I think they'll individually, I think they will not be in. However, I think that they would it'd be best to like see them replaced with like a Mars Sony like Rip Ride Rocket at Universal. Digging through the Vector, I definitely think will be returning. It's just too common of a coaster right now in modern age to not have it. I mean, you got like Velocicoaster and whatnot. That the F-25, the drive launch coaster, I think will be coming back. It might not be as intricately themed, although I hope it is because I really love these coaster cars. But I definitely think those will be returning. These two, the Zenith and the Sprint 500, your hydraulic launch coasters. Now, I think they might be in the game. Again, merged together to where you could just swap out the cars. But it would not surprise me if they did not include it or just like include it as a DLC later down the line. Moving over to our to the two bike coasters or whatever, I do think they'll be returning. However, I really hope that they ditch these themings and do more of like a vanilla like motorbike, or maybe like give us a Tron looking motorbike or something, just because Those are the only ones that are like really popular that I can think of right now. The two looping coasters, I definitely think will be back. They're just classics. But again, I think they'll be merged into one coaster type instead of having two different types and just having both cars as an option. Um, the SLV, I definitely think will be coming back. It was way too popular when it released as DLC back in the day, and I think it honestly would just be a step back if they did not include this. The Mine Train, I definitely think this will be returning. I mean, it's an instant classic when thinking about roller coasters like Big Thunder Mountain, uh, the Tie-Mat, or whatever. I do not think this will be included, just because, at least not for right now. Just because we got like the Surf Coaster, I think will be the more of the replacement for this guy. Um, the Reverse Freefall Coaster, I do not think this will be in the game. I hardly ever see it being used, although at most I could see it being like a flat ride and then you can just customize the sequences or whatnot. I think I would rather see it as a flat ride than as an individual coaster. The spinning coasters, I definitely think these two will be back in the games. However, what I would like to see, especially with like this one, maybe is maybe two different cars, like this car and then another car that's more like a traditional coaster car or whatnot. But I would also like to see to where you can choose either to have them freely rotate and spin, or to where you can customize the spinning on the cars. The Wild Mouse, I definitely think this will be included. The stand-up coaster, a lot of people are thinking this will not be in the game, but I think it will be. It's just too much, again, like a classic, and people are saying like the Surf Coaster they think is going to replace it, but I don't know. Um, let's see. The suspended Hydra coaster, I definitely think will be coming back. I really hope it does. I got a lot of plans with the custom coaster creation for this one in the future, so fingers crossed. Suspended looping coaster, I do not think this will be in the game actually, just because like we already have inverted coasters with two seats per row, and I just don't think unless we see it like again merged into that one, I just don't see it just for different rails. Uh, your traditional mine carts or like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I definitely think this will be returning again. Uh, it's just a fun little car to play around with. We got your Eurofighter and the Infinite. I definitely think these will be returning, but again, I think they'll be merged together. I mean, they share a lot, almost all parts, and the same track and everything else. And I would like to see maybe a third coaster car with this guy. The water coaster, it's already been teased on the Steam page and whatnot, so I think it'll definitely be returning again. Um, these two X-Wing coasters, I definitely think will be returning. However, again, merged together just because they are the exact same already, pretty much, except they're just themed differently. The three wooden coasters right here, I definitely think they'll be back. However, again, I think these three will be merged together. We'll just be able to change the train type. The bobsled, I do not think will be in the game. Again, with side friction wooden coaster, I don't think this will be in the game. It's just not popular enough. Um, the classic wooden Wild Mouse, I do not think will be back. Although it would be nice to maybe see like a more generic looking to make like Space Mountain type cars or whatever. And again, the X Dimension coaster, I think this will definitely be in the game because who does not like to program their cars to be flipping around? But so that is 37 of the original 56 from Planet Coaster 1 that I think will make it back. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a follow, and I'll see you in the next one.